So you finally dinged level 70 in Dragonflight. You've reached endgame, my friend, and you're sitting there. Well, you're as lost as a gnome in a big and tall store. What exactly is there to do at level 70 in Dragonflight? Where do you begin? And why aren't Tuskar a playable race yet? Well, in this video, I'm hoping to answer all these questions and more by going over the several approaches to World of Warcraft that you can take upon hitting max level in Dragonflight. So let's soar on into the Dragon Isles and let's get started because we got a lot to cover with this video. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll be less confused. So let's start with number 1, finish what you started. Alright guys, upon hitting level 70, it's very likely that you'll have gotten to level cap without actually finishing the main storyline on your first character, and the majority of the side quests in Dragonflight scattered across the Dragon Isles. Now, I know that you don't give a damn about the story, or the lore, and all that nonsense, but I got news for you. You gotta start giving a damn, because the first thing that you need to do upon hitting max level is finish at least the main quest line. Now, yes, I know you don't want to, you're a grumpy dwarf, you don't care about the lore, you just want to raid and you want to crack skulls, but you got to finish the main quest line. Finishing the main quest line in Dragonflight will of course allow you to progress the story of Dragonflight further, for those of you that care about that, but it is also required that you progress into the Valdrakken storyline, specifically in order to unlock endgame relevant features like the Spark of Ingenuity, but more on that later. Finishing the main storyline and side quests is also incredibly important for gaining reputation with the various factions throughout the Dragon Isles, like the Tuskar and the Centaur, and this leads us to what you should do after you finish at least the main storyline. And that is, number 2, start making better friends. There are 4 major factions that have been introduced to us in Dragonflight. The first is the Dragonscale Expedition. These are a bunch of explorers wanting to discover all the Rule 34 of Ysera on the Dragon Isles. There's the Ishkara Tuskar, aka the greatest faction in this expansion. They just want to catch fish, eat soup, and then sleep off their blubber in this cozy little house in the south end of the island. There's the Maruk Centaur, pretty much a bunch of smelly centaur clans who just want to hunt big game and kick big ass. That's all you really need to know. And then finally, you have the Valdrakken Accord. These guys are the simps to Alexstrasza who worship her as the ultimate dragon queen. Do not be friends with these people. They suck. What you need to be focusing on as soon as you get to level 70 is gaining reputation with these guys, earning you a ton of benefits and cool little rewards across the Dragon Isles. Pets, mounts, gear, and even just fun new gameplay mechanics like having a hunt companion from the Centaur, or even the ability to rock climb from the Expedition. This stuff's cool. And one of the best ways early on just to get more reputation with the factions is to do all of the side quests that I mentioned earlier, the quests that are not a part of the main storyline of Dragonflight. And since you're level 70 now, you're probably going to tear through them ultra fast, unless you're playing as an arms warrior like I was. Apparently arms warriors suck in DPS when it comes to this expansion, but I didn't know, so I had to convert to Fury, and now I'm very happy. Point is, it's also a great way to get the Lore Master achievement, and who doesn't want that? You can also get a lot of reputation with the various factions by doing the world quests that are scattered throughout the Dragon Isles. And the best part is that if you're just now hitting level 70, the world quests you will quickly find reward some pretty decent gear to get you started. And it's also a great way to get some quick gold, as well as some primal chaos, which is used for crafting, but we'll talk about crafting later. Progressing in the reputations also will unlock you more world quests and potential gear rewards and just general rewards for those of you guys who just want to get that item level up or just get new trinkets and treasures around the Dragon Isles. But if you're gonna get these factions to max level fast, you're gonna need a fast as hell mount, which leads us to number 3, fully train your dragon. It's likely that many of you guys, even before 70, took to the skies and completely pimped out your dragon. Spinners on the wheels, hydraulics, and all that good stuff. But it's possible that maybe you've hit level 70 and you still got a lot of dragon glyphs to find around the open world. If that's the case, what you should do, I highly recommend, is you go out and collect all of the glyphs while enjoying the beauty of the Dragon Isles and what it has to offer. Leveling up your dragon will also earn you more vigor points, more aerial abilities, and just make getting around the Dragon Isles so much faster and easier. This is a must, like a must. And if you guys want a guide as to where all the glyphs are, just let us know in the comment section down below, because I'd be happy to show you all on an alt where to find them all. Really easy video for us to make here. Getting around the world quickly is so damn important, especially if you're a treasure hunter like I am. And speaking of treasures, that leads us to number 4, hunt for treasure and rares and events. So remember the Dragon Scale expedition I mentioned earlier in this video? Yeah, the guys hunting for the Ysero Rule 34? Well, these guys have secretly stashed all of their findings in these little explorer packs that you can find all throughout the Dragon Isles. And yes, there is other stuff in the packs too, like Primal Chaos, Dragon Isles supplies, and other useful things for you to enjoy. So be on the lookout for explorer packs as you go along looking for treasure throughout the Dragon Isles. But also, keep your eyes open for rares while flying above the Isles. Rare spawns will appear occasionally across the Isles, which will drop epic chests for you to dig into to see what's inside. Typically a piece of epic gear if you're lucky. Nice. And you can even find world boss hidden here and there that you can participate in with giant groups of people. So yeah, keep an eye out for world bosses too, guys. Just look for the little icons on your minimap as you're flying around. Keep your eyes open, and if you want to know where the world bosses spawn at, they are right here on your screen right now. But there's also big community world events to take part in too that you'll find, like the Siege on Dragon Scale Keep, which can earn you some cool gear, the Tuskar Soup event down in the south of the Azure Span, which will get you an awesome buff, as well as Primal Storms, all of which offer rewards like gear and reputation. The Primal Storm gear, by the way, which just came out with the latest patch, the gear that you can get from this can also be upgraded all the way up to item level 385, which is an awesome way to gear up for raiding really fast. And speaking of raiding, look, I know a lot of you guys are tired of all this solo getting gear crap, so let's move on to the group content for gear. Number 5, delve into dungeons and raiding. Dungeons are such a fun part of World of Warcraft. They're a part of its backbone, and Dragonflight delivers with some awesome dungeon content experiences. Especially watching people get splashed back by the waves near the end of the Halls of Infusion dungeon is great. Upon hitting level 70, after gearing up a little from maybe some world quests or trolling the auction house, get yourself into some heroic dungeon content using the group finder, and when you can, jump into some mythic dungeons to really push your item level to, well, higher item levels. And now that Season 1 has started, dive into Mythic Plus dungeons as well. There's even some older dungeons that are now available for us to re-explore, like the Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, as well as the Halls of Valor from Legion. And once you've found yourself some friends, hopefully, and a nice guild, hopefully, unlike me, I'm still looking for a guild on Moonguard. Well, the point is, do yourself a favor and check out the Vault of the Incarnates raid that was just released. In this raid, you will be putting an end to that mutant angry duck dragon that accidentally put a fork into an electrical outlet that's been plaguing us since the beginning of the expansion. I know some of you guys don't care about raiding, you don't care about dungeons, but you do care about killing things. And that leads us to number 6, destroy everyone and everything in sight. Did you just get done playing through God of War Ragnarok and you still want to rip off some heads like Kratos tearing off the head of Apollo? Well, then you're in luck, because Dragonflight delivers. If you're someone like me, you're probably a big fan of open world PvP. Screw this whole alliance and horde working together nonsense. This is World of Warcraft, not World of get along and make crafts. But luckily for us, in Dragonflight, we are blessed with a bloody token system which allows us to earn gear and rewards from mindlessly slaughtering people out in the open world, just as God intended. Let's be real though, the open world PvP war mode system has been somewhat neglected in WoW thus far, and it really needs some more updates. Where's the perks to sieging cities, towns? Yeah, sure, flying around is great and all, and ganking the occasional player here and there, but what about the joy of giant armies fighting over territory? And I don't know, maybe we should make an entire video on this subject, what war mode could be in the future. What do y'all think about that? Any suggestions? But if world PvP is not your thing though, do not worry, because we've got battlegrounds, rated BGs with your guildmates, arenas, and even solo shuffle is available for you to play with now. We even got a new arena with this expansion. Nice. So if you just want to crack some Alliance skulls or collect some Horde femurs, dive on in and have fun. But if you just want to get comfy, and I understand, then that leads us to number 7, get comfy and just craft. Now look, maybe throughout this whole video, you've just been thinking, I don't want to do dungeons, Nixium. I don't want to raid, I don't want to crack skulls, don't want to do any of this crap. I just want to chill. I just want to pick flowers, mine nodes, and craft myself some awesome looking gear. Well, my friend, if you're like me and you just love crafting, go for it. Because Dragonflight is an expansion that has completely overhauled crafting to keep you engaged for months to come. From brewable potions that are just meant to put some more fun into the game, to relevant and craftable epic giant shoulder pads. As you travel through the Dragon Isles, upgrading your dragon, or just gaining that reputation, you will find crafting recipes scattered all throughout the world, allowing you to make all sorts of interesting and fun items for your character, or for your friends, assuming that you have any. Really, depending on who you ask, professions are in a really awesome place right now in World of Warcraft. Only con would be, it's a shame that crafting orders are not being used more though. Blizzard's gonna have to work on that system a bit, but that's a topic for another time. Just make sure if you go down the crafting route to keep up to date with the Spark of Ingenuity. If you don't know what this is, pretty much it's a system in the game where every so often you get a Spark of Ingenuity, this little item, and it allows you to craft really high level gear, so just make sure you stay up to date with this. Anyway, so have fun with professions, guys. If you just want to be a crafter who just gears up purely through crafting now, you can do it. And if all of that doesn't work for you, if you just hate everything that I've talked about on this list so far, and you want something more refreshing, something new, but still familiar, and I got one last bullet for you. One last bullet that I think you guys will really appreciate. But before I reveal it, let me first give a quick shout out to our recently revealed Dragon Slayer shirt over on the Nixium merch store. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Anyway, if everything I've talked about just sucks so far in your opinion, you could just do this. Number 8, just start over. Because, hey, not everyone cares about the end game. I mean, come on, some of us just want to keep exploring the world of Warcraft, the quests, the locations, and discover things that maybe we missed the first time going through the game. And so, if you're not a fan of endgame, and you just haven't cared at all about anything I've said so far with this video, why not just start over? Make an alt and level to max again. And Dragonflight, due to how alts work in this expansion, is the perfect expansion for leveling new alts, at least through the Dragon Isles. In this expansion, there are way too many quests, meaning that you can level a fresh character and not even do all the quests on the Dragon Isles. Once you finish the main story on your main, you can even explore this new continent in any zone order that you want. You don't even need to do the main story again once you've done it on your main. And also, dragon riding progression carries over to your other characters, so don't worry about having to find all those damn glyphs again. If you want some tips on how to level faster in WoW, why not check out this 10 tips for leveling faster in WoW video that I made, which I'll link at the end of this video. But anyway, as you can see, there's a lot to do at endgame with Dragonflight, so whether you're a PvPer or a raider, I think we're all going to be satisfied. And if this video was helpful, please leave a like and a comment. And if you're planning on leveling a new character, again, check out my 10 tips for leveling faster video, linked right here on your screen right now. Either way, fellas, thank you all for watching. A huge shout out to our channel members, and I will see you all soon on the Dragon Isles.